Here's the result for the guy you filled out the survey for. He gets a C+. plus. This guy is rather so-so. Not too good, not too bad. Welcome to the Strong Brew, where you get answers to questions you're not supposed to ask. These are some things you may want to know about the man in your life. If you do really well in your career, will he become insecure? Will he try and use money to control you? Will he share housework or just make you do it all? In fights, when he gets angry, does he get aggressive? During intimacy, does he understand that no means no? Is he jealous, suspicious, or possessive? Will his attitude towards you change after having kids? Will he treat your parents with respect? What if you have conflicts with his parents? We tell you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. These are things nobody else will tell you. Things that are important for your future. This is a safe space for truth. No judgment, no platitudes, no login, no payment either. Our questions are from real life, but our answers come from science. Now, I built this thing, me and my husband, and honestly, we built it and we live it. We are both Stanford grads, we both have worked at Google, and we've been happily together since 1998. Along the way, we've added a son, now 13, and 4 dogs. We are genuine folks. If you're a woman trying to understand any man in your life, here is how it works. Go to www.thestrongbrew.life. Click on the Understand a Guy button there. Answer 10 questions about him. Watch a video tailored to your guy. That's all there is to it. It is completely anonymous, no login, no payment, no games, no manipulation. This analysis is obtained by combining solid trait psychology with cutting edge AI ML. We represent each person's personality with what is known as a feature vector. This has 10 elements, so our data is effectively 10-dimensional data. In case you're wondering how we can infer so much from just 10 questions, well, 10-dimensional data is very complex. There is a lot you can learn from that level of detail.
Okay, I think that does it for the preamble. Now let's plunge in. Let's start with this guy in his career. Will he go far or just talk big?
He's not just full of talk, he has the focus and discipline to back up his dreams. You'll notice he works hard and keeps himself organized, so he rarely lets good opportunities slip by. He isn't easily distracted or shaken, and he's always looking for ways to improve and grow in his work.
Can he bounce back from failure?
When things go wrong at work, he tends to stay calm and doesn't let his feelings throw him off balance. You won't see him having loud outbursts or falling apart, even if the situation is tough. He's good at picking himself up and moving forward, even if he handles his struggles alone.
What do people at work think of him? Do they like him?
At work, people might respect him for his sharp mind and hard work, but they may not find him the easiest person to get along with. He can be blunt and not very gentle in the way he talks. So sometimes his words might hurt or offend others without him meaning to. He's usually focused on the task and not as interested in how others feel.
If you do really well in your career, will he become insecure?
He will quietly feel proud of you and likely see your success as something good, not a threat. He's focused on his own goals and isn't the type to compare or compete with his partner. You may not get big emotional words of praise from him, but he'll notice your hard work and respect it.
What if you start earning more than him?
He is not likely to secretly resent you or feel insecure if you earn more than him. He's more invested in his own progress and doesn't measure his worth against yours. He doesn't let his emotions rule him or get easily jealous.
Next, let's talk about how he is with money. Does he overspend? Is he reckless with money?
He handles money with care and likes things to be organized and under control. You probably won't see him making sudden big purchases or spending on impulse. He plans ahead and keeps track of his expenses, wanting everything to be in order.
Does he show off and pretend to be richer than he is?
He lives well within his means and doesn't feel the need to show off or pretend to be richer than he is. You won't find him buying flashy things just to impress others or going into debt for appearances. He's practical and likes life to be neat and planned, including his finances.
Is he too generous, too stingy, or just right?
He's more on the careful side when it comes to money and his general way of thinking. He won't go out of his way to give or do favors. And you might find him a bit strict or reserved when it comes to sharing, whether it's money or his time. That said, he isn't stingy to the point of being mean, just not naturally generous or quick to see others' needs.
Will he use money to try and control you?
He's generally straightforward about money and doesn't feel the need to hide things or play games. He likes to keep finances organized and clear. So if you ask him about money matters, he'll usually give you straight answers. He's not the type to secretly spend or keep financial information from you.
Let's see how this guy is with sharing housework. Will he share housework or just make you do it?
He believes that housework should be planned and handled properly, but he might not see it as only your job. He likes things to be neat and in order, so he won't want the house to be messy, and he'll do his part if it means keeping things organized. You may need to talk openly about dividing chores, as he won't always notice if you feel overloaded.
Will he help you or just boss you around and tell you what to do?
He won't just stand around giving instructions, he will actually step in and do the chores or even handle messy jobs like diapers if that's what needs to be done. He likes things to be neat and in their place, so he's ready to put in effort to keep the house running smoothly. You might just need to agree on how things are done so there's less friction in daily routines.
Now let's see about how this guy is during fights. In fights, does he try to understand your views or just win the fight?
He doesn't argue just to win, and he won't get worked up or pick fights over small issues. But he isn't great at putting himself in your shoes or really feeling what you feel. He cares more about what makes sense than about feelings, so you might sometimes wish he'd be a bit warmer or gentler.
Does he become aggressive when angry?
Even when he's angry, he keeps himself under control and doesn't shout, say hurtful things, or act aggressive. He's the type to stay calm and handle his emotions quietly, so you don't have to worry about him lashing out or being disrespectful. Overall, you can expect him to be steady and safe, even in tense moments, without slipping into anger or drama.
Does he have a bad temper?
No, he's not the kind of man who gets angry easily or loses his temper without reason. He's steady, calm, and doesn't let small things upset him, so you won't have to walk on eggshells around him. You don't need to worry about sudden outbursts or sharp mood swings with him.
Will he say sorry and accept his mistakes?
He isn't the type to blame you when something goes wrong, but he also may not offer a warm or heartfelt apology. If he realizes he made a mistake, he'll quietly accept it and usually just try to fix things without making excuses. He'll show he's sorry more through his actions than with emotional talks.
Next, let's talk about intimacy and physical chemistry. During intimacy, does he respect your boundaries? Does he get that no means no?
Yes, he will respect your boundaries and understands that no truly means no. He is practical and clear minded. So when you set a limit or say what you're comfortable with, he takes it seriously and won't push or pressure you. You don't have to worry about him ignoring what you say or trying to change your mind after you've made your feelings clear. If you ever need to say stop or not now, he will listen and step back, respecting your wishes without drama.
If you are not in the mood for intimacy, will he react badly?
No, he's not the type to take it personally if you're not in the mood for intimacy. He understands that sometimes you may not feel up to it, and he won't sulk, argue, or make you feel guilty about it. If you say you're not interested, he'll accept your answer calmly and move on.
Can you trust him not to shame you or share your private moments, maybe love letters, photos, or videos, even after a breakup or a bad fight?
Yes, you can trust him to handle private moments with care. He won't use anything personal you share or do together to hurt or embarrass you. Now or in the future, his mind works in a straightforward way. So he sees private moments as private, not as weapons.
Is he loyal or is he likely to want to have affairs?
He is likely to be faithful and not easily distracted by other women. His focus is strong, and when he commits, he tends to stick with it rather than chasing after new excitement. He values order and stability, not drama or risky behavior.
Will he be jealous, suspicious, and try to control you?
No, he isn't over possessive or the type to act jealous, controlling, or always suspicious. He's confident in himself and doesn't easily get insecure about your friendships or your freedom. You'll have room to do your own thing without him questioning your every move or making you feel guilty.
This guy says he is protective in a good way. Is he actually just being possessive?
No, with him being protective doesn't turn into controlling behavior. He doesn't see himself as the boss of you or feel the need to watch over your every move. He believes in everyone handling their own responsibilities and doesn't step in unless you ask for help.
Now, onto the topic of kids and how this guy will be as a father. If you guys have kids, will he make you do most of the work?
He is likely to see parenting as a shared responsibility and will do his part, especially with everyday routines and tasks. He likes things to be orderly and well managed, so he won't just expect you to handle everything while he watches from the sidelines. Overall, he sees family life as a team project and steps up, but bringing heart and warmth will be up to you both.
Kids are very messy. Will he lose his temper with them?
When the kids mess up or get upset, he will usually stay calm and not lose his temper. He doesn't get rattled easily or shout over small mistakes. Your children won't have to be afraid of sudden outbursts.
If you guys have kids, will he still support your career?
Yes, he will support your role as both a mother and your own person. He respects boundaries and believes everyone should handle their responsibilities, so he won't expect you to lose yourself just because you've become a mom. You may need to ask for extra understanding or affection, but when it comes to respect and freedom, he's a solid partner.
Will this man say one thing early on, maybe while dating, and then later, after kids and marriage, change his tune and try to make you give up your career?
No, he's not the type to secretly expect you to give up your career once you have a child. He believes everyone should handle their own role and responsibilities, so he respects your decision to work and won't see your job as a problem for the family. You can trust him to support your choice even after life changes.
Next, let's see how this guy treats your parents. Will he be respectful with your parents?
He's more likely to be polite on the surface rather than showing real warmth to your parents. He will behave respectfully and do what's expected, but he won't naturally go out of his way to bond, joke, or become emotionally close with them. His kindness usually comes in the form of practical help rather than friendly chats or affectionate gestures. He's more likely to quietly adjust to your family's ways rather than expecting everyone to change for him.
What if your family creates stress or interferes a bit in your lives?
If your family creates stress or interferes, he will handle it calmly and won't make things worse by reacting harshly or starting arguments. He tends to keep his emotions steady and prefers to deal with problems quietly and directly rather than stirring up more drama. He might not be warm or super friendly, but he won't insult your family or hold grudges.
Then let's analyze the role this guy's family will play in your life. Is this man modern with you, but a completely different person when other people, say his parents or bosses, are around?
He is practical and focused on routines. So while he may treat you as an equal in private, he likely expects you to follow traditional ways when his relatives are around. He won't insist loudly or be harsh, but he'll prefer things to be orderly and proper to avoid any fuss from family elders. If you have your own views or need support, you'll have to talk to him openly. Otherwise, he'll lean toward keeping family traditions even if he's relaxed in private.
If there is tension between you and his parents, will he support you?
If there's tension, he will quietly support you, but might not do it in a big or public way. He isn't the type to jump into fights or take loud sides, and he prefers to keep things calm and well ordered. You might sometimes wish he was more outspoken, but you can trust he won't leave you to handle things alone.
Say you have a conflict with his mother. What will this guy do?
He is not a classic mummy's boy. He respects order and responsibility, so he won't blindly follow his mother or let her control your life together. When there's a conflict, he will think carefully and look for a practical solution instead of taking sides just to please his family. If your point of view makes sense, he'll quietly back you up, even if he does so behind the scenes rather than out in the open.
Will he share all the private details of your relationship with his mother or sister?
No, he will not share every detail of your fights or your private life with his mother or sister. He values privacy and keeps personal matters between the two of you, rather than running to others to discuss what happens at home. This is good for your relationship as it builds a sense of trust and respect.
Now let's zoom out and put it all together.
Based on all of this analysis, this guy gets a C plus. This guy is so so, not too good, not too bad, a bit mediocre. Being in a relationship with this man means living with someone who is steady, dependable, and hardworking, but not very warm or expressive. Your days will be well ordered, chores done, bills paid on time, and plans followed without much chaos or drama.